not have the chance to sit one-on-one with a clinical psychologist and ask them what they've learned after years of analyzing and studying people, but you do have the chance to learn directly from one today. Charting the bestsellers list for personal growth books, we found this gem with 12 easy to follow rules to balance life between chaos and order. Lucky for you, today we're diving into Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules of Life book and sharing the rules plus how you can implement them at home, because it's not just about reading but actually putting it to the test. You're sitting with Jordan and begin to ask about life. How can we avoid being so stressed all the time? Are things really just going downhill from here? Can anything good come from social media? While we don't know Jordan's exact answers, we have an idea of the response he would give after going through his 12 rules. To make it even easier for you to implement, we've sorted these rules into 4 sections. The rules that apply to you, the rules that apply to your environment, how to treat others, and last but not least, on parenting, because everyone knows that's a big job that always stirs the pot. Rule 1, stand up straight with your shoulders back. Your body language can speak from miles away. If you want to give off confidence, you need to look confident. This is a common trait of successful people. Rule 2, treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. What if for the next 24 hours you said your thoughts out loud? Would you be surprised at the way you're talking to yourself? Many times we don't even realize it, but the negative chit chat going on upstairs is something that we aren't even capable of saying to our worst enemy. So why do it to ourselves? Rule 3, you'll learn about when we get to the section on how to treat others. For now, let's continue with Rule 4. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Would you compare how fast a German Shepherd can run to a poodle? Probably not. They're very different breeds, even different sizes. It wouldn't make sense. So why are you comparing yourself to everyone you see on social media? You're not on the same path. You most likely don't even have the same exact skills or talent. The only person you should be concerned about is who you were the day before. If you can do 5% better today, you're already on the right track. And this is something we learned inside the Can't Hurt Me book review. Rule 7, pursue what is meaningful, not what is expected. You're expected to wake up, clock in at work, clock out, unwind for the day, and repeat it all over again. But there's so much more to life if you find one thing that gives you purpose. How can you serve the world? What can you teach others? What are you doing when you feel most at peace? Rule 8, tell the truth, or at least don't lie. Imagine if we could create a domino effect of telling the truth versus being a society based on lies. So much would change, but it starts with you today. Last rule before we jump into the section on your environment. Rule 10 from the book is to be precise in your speech. Having good communication skills can set you apart and open up so many doors to success. Just like Rule 1, your confidence is tied to success, and that can easily be worked on by improving your posture and your speech. But life isn't just about yourself. There's more to it, like your environment and the people around you. That's why 2 of the 12 rules Jordan shares are tied to your environment. Rule 6 is to set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. You can be the world's greatest leader, but if your house is not in order, what good is it for? With this rule, Jordan makes it very clear that to live a happy life, you must work on your own environment before helping or critiquing others. Rule 12, pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. And while you might not be a fan of cats, I'm not. This rule is one I definitely can relate to. We get caught up in having the latest car, wearing the best brands, jumping from goal to goal. When's the last time you found joy in the little things in life? It might be a dog and not a cat for you, but those 5 seconds of taking time out of your day will leave you feeling better than any other thing can. Similarly, when we jump to the next section on rules about how you treat and interact with others, Jordan mentions in Rule 3 to make friends with people who want the best for you. If you're not leaving a dinner or friend gathering happy or filled with energy, it's not the friend group you need to be in. Let that sink in. Rule 9, assume that the person you are listening to might know something you don't. You don't need to be best friends with everyone you interact with, but you do need to be open enough to listen. The person in line behind you at the grocery store that looks nothing like you can have the most interesting and exciting story if you just let yourself listen. Don't be quick to judge, and you'd be surprised at how your interactions begin to change. There's 2 rules left, and there must be a reason why out of the 12 rules of life, 2 involve parenting. Whether you're a parent or not, I think it's important to understand because these 2 rules summarize how to create that balance between chaos and order. Rule 5 is to not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. And then rule 11 is to not bother children when they're skateboarding. Interesting, right? With these 2 last rules, Jordan leaves it very clear that while it's very important to have rules and guidelines, especially with children, it's also important to let them be. At the end of the day, those risks they learn to take on the skateboard have the possibility of opening an entire world to them. Kids need playground, dangerous enough to remain challenging. People, including children, don't seek to minimize risk. They seek to optimize it. So off to the skateboard we all go. Is there anything else you would have liked Jordan to cover? If you've already read the book, go ahead and drop your thoughts down below. And if this episode left you hungry to know more, the book link is down below in the description.